in the world. Tom Hanks sure thinks so. He was taking a stroll in Lower Manhattan when he spotted the building and tweeted, "This is the scariest building I've ever seen. What goes on inside?" His tweet sent social media into a frenzy of speculation. It's the Men in Black headquarters.
I've definitely heard that there's maybe some secret government stuff in there.
What is it that people find menacing? Notice, no windows. Not one window on any of its 29 floors. Those aren't windows, they're giant air vents. So what gives? Well, we can now solve the mystery, or at least part of it. Turns out the building is owned by AT&T, and it doesn't have any windows for a reason. It may be the only skyscraper in New York City built to withstand a nuclear blast. There's reportedly enough food, water, and generator fuel to sustain 1,500 people for 2 weeks. The skyscraper is located at 33 Thomas Street in Lower Manhattan. According to a recent documentary, Project X, the building houses AT&T's telecommunications infrastructure and also serves as a listening post for the NSA, the super secret national security agency.
When approaching facility, ring the buzzer and wait for admittance.
Just look at the building. It's got no windows. It looks like something from a space movie. The building is very sensitive to the sun and temperature, so that's why you have these big vents that you can regulate, like basically a big air conditioner.
The main entrance is right here. When I walked inside and tried to get more answers, security told me the place was off limits to cameras.
For most of us, GPS is just how we get driving directions, but it's much more than that. If our GPS satellites were damaged, it could take down everything from electricity to transportation to our phones.
This is a major national security issue. It is a major economic issue.
Starting route to 50.
The same GPS technology that gives us driving directions through our phones also makes us vulnerable. Congressman John Garamendi says attacks or interference with GPS satellites could take out 911 systems nationwide, make ATM machines and credit cards useless, keep airplanes grounded, and even disrupt the country's electrical grid.
It can happen, and it has happened.
He says last year a GPS spoofing attack made it appear as though 20 ships in the Black Sea were instead at the Sochi airport. Another potential danger? GPS jamming devices.
You jam it around an airport, around a port. Ships won't be able to dock, planes won't be able to land.
Dr. William Cressy, a fraud expert with Governor State University, points to a 2013 incident. A worker evading his boss's GPS tracker on a company truck used a jamming device while at Newark Airport. The device crippled the airport. Planes could not take off or land. Cressy says GPS jammers can actually be purchased online.
I think it would be a wise move to somehow regulate the sale and use of GPS jammers. They are being abused for this reason.
And it's going to sit here and try to acquire satellites and not be able to get them.
GPS jammers, he says, can shut down alarm systems on ATM machines and create havoc with financial markets.
We are one of the only countries in this world that does not have a terrestrial-based backup system.
Countries like China and Russia have backup systems in case of attacks or other failures. The U.S. does not.
You are entering one of the most secret places on Earth. It's a bunker built into a hollowed-out mountain in Colorado. It's just one of the top secret shelters where 7,000 Americans will go to in the event of nuclear annihilation.
The government built more than 100 of these bunkers and relocation facilities around the country.
There's no room for families. Wives and children not included.
The plans to get a small number of government officials out of Washington, out of major cities, and into these bunkers around the country. And it doesn't include families.
Garrett Graff is the author of the new book, Raven Rock, the U.S. government's secret plan to save itself while the rest of us die. Another bunker is buried in Virginia at a place called Mount Weather.
This is the Mount Weather facility about 60 miles west of Washington, D.C. And it looks like a typical secure government facility. It is surrounded by a chain link fence with a barbed wire at the top.
Armed security patrol the entrance to a doomsday bunker that's reserved for the wealthy elite.
Since the election of Donald Trump, we've seen a whole new demographic of people calling in, people that didn't know we existed before.
Larry Hall is the owner of the Survival Condo Project. These 16,000-pound doors lock you inside. We're heading deep below the surface of the Earth into an underground bunker like no other.
We are in a typical full-floor residential unit, and even though we are more than 100 feet underground right now, you can see that it's certainly not a claustrophobic area.
12 luxurious condos exist here with fireplaces, high-end appliances, jacuzzis, even windows. Yes, windows. High-definition TVs broadcast a live feed of the outside world right into your living room. And look at this. It's a swimming pool with a slide and waterfall. Other common areas include a movie theater, rock climbing wall, and shooting range. There's even a farm that grows all the fresh fruits and vegetables you'll need.
This can grow up to 70 different species of plants, lettuces, tomatoes, carrots.
The bunker runs on power sources like wind and diesel generators.
We have enough fuel to run these diesels for 2.5 years.